Well, I have found that a lot of people have moved on to Destiny, the new FPS made by Bungie, the legendary developers of the legendary game Halo. So understandably, a lot of people are going to be interested in this new Destiny game. And I played it, and I hated it. I did not like it, to be honest. I I prefer originality in games, and by this game standards, by Watch Dogs standards, this is a fairly original game. I mean, the whole hacking concept is very new, very well done too. They did it very well. The user interface is brilliant. It's very creative. It's really good to see out of a new game, and it's also a new IP, which means that they're making something original. As original as Ubisoft can get, even though their character is basically a modern day version of the Connor from Assassin's Creed 3, the brute that nobody really can relate to or fall in love with, but Destiny just didn't hit the mark for me. One of the big reasons why was because it's just a copy and paste of every other first-person shooter I've ever seen, especially of the Halo series. Well, I mean, if you think about it, yeah, it is made by Bungie, and it is a good game. I mean, if it wasn't made at the time that it was, if it was made much earlier, say in 2005 or 6 when they made Halo, then people would have considered it a very original game because it has concepts in it that are very cool, and it would have, to me, it would have been a great game. But the fact that the only thing that you do in that game is, in terms of this campaign, is go down to a planet, shoot some aliens, come back up. It's very cut and paste, and I never really liked that. And the multiplayer, yeah, it was fun, but it can get annoying, especially with the side chat. The side chat is just ridiculous. I mean, you can't even. You have to find someone in their in the like on their PSN account and then talk to them.
Hand it over. Whoa, nice and easy. That's enough. You don't want to get involved.
So you see, look at that. I use the cameras to look at him, marked him as a target, without getting close to him, so then I can scare him off. Let's see where this goes. That, I thought, is brilliant. It's a very creative way. There's so many new gameplay styles. This game lets you do a lot of different methods of a playthrough. You can change your playstyle up any way you want. Like that. I just blew up a transformer in the ground to take him out without having to get near him. I could have shot him. I could have ran up to him and meleeed him. I could have done a lot of things. And that to me is what makes this game stand out. This game, I think, was just way too overhyped. Both Destiny and Watch Dogs were way too overhyped. But Watch Dogs, if you play more of it than a lot of other people did, you would see that there's a lot of stuff, like when you start to get down to the nitty-gritty, you'll notice some things like graphic problems and the fact that they lied about the graphics content, that it was not as good as it was at E3. And that wasn't the developer problem, that was just Ubisoft and also testing the limits of the PS4, because when Watch Dogs was being developed, they didn't know how powerful it was going to be. They had to completely throw in the dark. The E3 presentation was on a high gaming PC too, and the high gaming PCs now, that graphics setting is unlocked, so whoop-de-doo, there's your high graphics. The graphics are still pretty good. Now, Destiny's graphics, I think that the worlds are not as nearly as immersive or creative as they could have been, considering that they're brand new alien planets that the developers could have gone all out on, but I didn't think it summed up to what it could have. I think they missed out on the creativity a lot. It's a new IP, and with the RPG elements, they could have done a lot more with that new IP, and they didn't. They kept it very similar to Halo, except for a few changes in multiplayer and a few changes in the RPG, in the character element of it. But to me, this the fact that Destiny to me just seems way too similar to Halo is really disappointing. Now, people say that Watch Dogs is really similar to GTA. I think it is in many ways. I mean, the weapon wheel, for one, very similar. It's like a cut and paste of it. The stealing cars mechanic is very similar, but there's a lot of things that Watch Dogs brings that Grand Theft Auto doesn't. Now, the shooting out of cars, they could have done. I mean, that, like, if they had that in Watch Dogs, there would be no reason for me to play GTA at all. What makes this such a good game is, well, one, the graphics are better, even better than the GTA 5 optimized graphics for the PS4, and the just the whole atmosphere of it's so much better. But that point aside, these games are pretty different. I mean, this is an OWG, and Destiny's a first-person shooter, so it's hard to compare. But I didn't think that Destiny came up to what it could have been.
Yo, back up, shithead.
Yeah. See, when you start to play these games, you kind of get creative with the way that you attack the enemies.
I'm on him.
You start to see all the different ways that you can go about approaching someone. Where you can let them bring backup, you can take them out through hacks, through melees. You can do that. A lot of strategy in this game. I love the strategy part of this game.
He won't get past me.
The AI I thought was pretty good. The cops could have been better, but I thought the AI for the enemies was brilliant. Except for except for that guy. Focus system's kind of OP. I think they just did that in to add it in for a kind of a cinematic purpose, which I get. It's a good touch. But for just regular gameplay like this, I think it's kind of cheap. Take his car. Oh, they brought a good one this time. They brought the high car. Anyway, Destiny, besides the unoriginality problem of Destiny, I find that Destiny lacks in graphic content. I think that the worlds are very barren. I think I've gone over this before, but they're very barren worlds. I just never really thought that they were very impressive. I mean, the detail and the pixelation is very high, but that's not really what made it for me. I mean, you can see that this game, the lighting and the ambient shading isn't as nearly good, and the particle effects aren't as nearly as good as what they advertised at the E3, but it's so immersive because of the people, and because of the gameplay and the AI systems is so good. This game is just, this is on my top 10 list, whether people think it's an okay game or not. It's just definitely one of my top 10s, just because of its originality and its immersiveness. Destiny, to me, is just not immersive, and it's not original. I think that it lacks in gameplay, very much so. Also, the in-game purchases are high. I noticed that they have like a lot of bonus content that's OP. That only a few select people will get because if they pre-order the game, or if they order the premium version of the game for like $20 more. I thought that was just shameful. And this game does do the season pass, but for $20 for all the DLC, it's pretty good. Just hold on a minute. Okay. So that's basically just my thoughts on Destiny. I think it's a good game, and as good as any other AAA game will get. But for the budget, for the massive budget that Bungie had, they could have done a lot better. I just never thought that it lived up to the hype. I think that Watch Dogs lived up to the hype than Destiny did. People just play it a lot because it's the new thing to play. I think that's what just comes down to it, is the popularity aspect of it. But if you just look at the game, I mean, if you look at this game, for example, you really just take in the whole picture. You look at the level of detail that they put into this game, and you realize that it's a good game. It's missing some core features, but they're going to work that out in the sequel. I trust that they'll do that. Destiny, I don't see any improvement because Bungie is a first-person shooter franchise, and there's not really a lot of room for improvement in first-person shooters, unless you change the entire genre of the game from something, space-oriented and sci-fi to, say, something horror-related, and then you get some interesting aspects of the game. But for the most part, I think that Destiny could have been very different from Halo. I think that they could have made it very different, and it just isn't. It's very much the same as Halo. And Halo was a great game, but that series, I think, is over, and we want to see something different. So that's my thoughts. I'll probably post this to my YouTube channel later. You can leave your comments there and check it out. I'll see you guys later. I keep forgetting that this share button, the broadcast continues to this. It doesn't stop when you hit the share button.